Your attention, please. Chaplain will now open our service.
It is now the 11th hour. The pause is to remind us that the hour of 11 has a tender significance to all members of the American Legion. It was at the 11th hour of the 11th month, at the 11th hour, that the guns of World War I ceased firing and silence encompassed the earth. It was at 11 that a delirium of joy swept over humanity. It was at 11 that the last man had died in battle. It was then that the soul of the American Legion was born. It was then that our obligation to our country and her honored dead was conceived. World War II has been fought, and we concluded hostilities in Korea, Vietnam, and Iraq. Yet our honored dead continue to lie in foreign battlefields. Shall we, in our jubilation of victories and the pursuit of peace, forget our comrades? Let us now, in this moment of silence, renew our pledge that these honored dead shall not have died in vain, that the maimed and the widowed and the orphan shall receive whatever comfort and recompense a grateful people can bestow. And let us again reverently resolve to consecrate and sanctify our comradeship by our devotion to mutual helpfulness. And while we hear the playing of taps, let us stand in memory of our departed comrades. Let us remember. Amen.
We will now conduct our flag raising. Taps will be played as the Sergeant of Arms brings our flag to full staff. My command, nose cover, hand salute. Those uncovered, hand over heart. Hand salute. Two. Piper will now play Amazing Grace as we place our wreath in front of the Gold Star Monument. Military service by its nature is temporary. The legacy of that service, however, can benefit generations for centuries. Veterans Day can be traced to the armistice which ended World War I. Though the peace of that treaty did not survive the fascist tyrannies of Hitler and Mussolini, The freedom enjoyed by Europeans today is the result of the service and sacrifice made by millions of U.S. servicemen. It is this legacy of those who have worn the uniform of the United States, a legacy of freedom. It is a legacy that has spread the globe. A distinguished hero, the late Admiral Jeremiah Denton, spoke of the long but temporary ordeal he experienced as a prisoner of war in Vietnam. If I had known when I was shot down that I would be there more than 7 years, I would have died of despondency, of despair. But I didn't. It was in 1 minute at a time, 1 hour, 1 week, 1 year, and so on. If you look at it like that, anybody can do anything. That type of toughness, commitment, and perseverance is not unusual among veterans. Their exploits are legendary. After Harriet Tubman led hundreds of slaves to freedom through the Underground Railroad, she served as a cook, nurse, and spy for the Union Army during the Civil War. Frederick W. Smith served 2 tours as a Marine in Vietnam before launching the Federal Express Network, a company that would grow into an $84 billion global enterprise. Baseball great Jackie Robinson, surgeon Michael DeBacke, and computer scientist Grace Hopper were other Americans whose contributions to culture and society reach far beyond military service. Even so, can any CEO or cultural icon truly claim to have greater responsibility than a platoon commander leading a team in combat? For these young people, a bad day at work does not mean a blown account or a lost business. It can mean watching a best friend die, losing a limb, or being immersed in the collateral suffering that is not synonymous with war. Even veterans who have not experienced combat share a bond with those who have. They have all expressed a willingness to die for their country, if called upon. They have all subjected themselves to the military justice system, which requires strict obedience and professionalism, and they have all pledged loyalty to the U.S. Constitution. We in the American Legion welcome and encourage conversations among veterans. We call them buddy checks. We remind all veterans that their service matters. We remind them that their well-being matters, especially to us. Most importantly, we offer our friendship and assistance. Through that friendship, the American Legion has made suicide prevention among veterans its top priority. Buddy checks are one tool, but we must also do whatever it takes to encourage veterans to seek help from the Department of Veterans Affairs or other trained professionals. We must remove all stigmas associated with asking for help or being diagnosed with PTSD, depression, or any other condition that could lead one to take his or her own life. All of us here can help. Memorize the Veterans Crisis Line number and offer it freely to those in need. The number is 1-800-273-8255, extension 1. That's 1-800-273-8255, then 1. Follow up and ensure that veterans you encounter know that you are an ally and can be counted on for support. You can also show your support for these great men and women by hiring a veteran in your workplace, patronizing a veteran-owned business, or donating to a veterans program. Or you can simply thank them for their service. For many veterans, our nation was important enough to endure long separations from their families, miss the births of their children, freeze in sub-zero temperatures, bake in wild jungles, lose limbs, and far too often lose their lives. Military spouses have had to endure career interruptions, frequent changes of address, and a disproportionate share of parental responsibilities. Fewer than 10% of Americans can claim the title veteran. Less than 0.5% of our population currently serves. Yet some seem intent on trying to balance the federal budget by diminishing the quality of life programs designed for the families who have already disproportionately made these sacrifices. Veterans have given us freedom, security, and the greatest nation on earth. It is impossible to put a price on that. We must remember them. We must appreciate them. God bless you all for being here. God bless our veterans, and God bless America. On behalf of the American Legion, thank you. On behalf of the American Legion, I thank all who took part to participate in our ceremony. I also would like to acknowledge those who helped with this program. Trumpeters Bernard Chan and Michael Phelps from Manhasset High School, Piper Kevin Shields of the Innisfada Gaelic Band, the Nassau County Police Department, the staff of the Parks and Recreation Department, Town of North Hempstead. Ladies and gentlemen, please join Catherine Lau in singing our national anthem, followed by God Bless America. Legionnaires will uncover during the anthem. Uncover.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the line of the brave and the home of the brave?
Cover.
While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us pledge allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful
Thank you, Catherine, for that wonderful performance. All are invited back to the American Legion Post for some refreshments. God bless our veterans and God bless America. Thank you all for coming.